Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So finally, in this week, we will continue with a new chapter, which is chapter 5 about time series. Actually, chapter 5 can be divided to 2 weeks, okay, to learn this week and next week. So in this week, the topics in chapter 5 that we are going to learn is about the component of time series, multiplicative time series model, and trend analysis. In trend analysis, we are going to learn about this method, okay, which is called moving average method. So firstly, what is time series? Okay, a time series is a set of data observed over a period of time. Okay, a set of data that we observe over a period, okay, or equal interval. Okay, the interval the interval that we take can be hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. Okay. So the purpose of studying time series is to identify the fluctuations due to seasonal factors. Okay, so that we can remove them in our computation when we plan for the future by making forecast or prediction. Okay, time series analysis is widely used in business, particularly in controlling the budget, okay, controlling the stock, or the investment stock and shares. So actually, it is a tool. Okay, it is a tool in making a decision. So in this chapter, we will discuss the component of time series. Okay, so these are the component of time series. We have 4 components here. These 4 components, okay, can influence the pattern, and they can contribute to the variation of time series data. Okay, these 4 components these 4 components are the trend, okay, seasonal variation, cyclical variation, and irregular variation. Okay, we will take a look one by one of these components. Okay, the first one is the trend component that we always noted as capital T. Okay, so capital T is the notation for trend. Okay, the trend component of the time series represent a long-term pattern movement, okay, of a time series data, which is usually quite consistent throughout the sequence, where the value of the variable tends to increase or decrease over a long period of time, usually more than 10 years. An easy step to see this component is by drawing a suitable straight line to the set of data under study. However, this method depends solely on the individual interpretation and perception of the data set. So we need to understand the trend because it can help us to understand the up and down pattern of a time series so that we can focus on the future data. Okay. An example of the trend is this. The first one is the increasing number of road accidents, death by year, okay, or the declining rate of the baby's death by year, increase of in the demand of handphone for the past 10 years, the increase of exports or import in a long run, okay, increase or decrease, okay, of the import and export. Okay, so these are the example of the trend. Okay, ataupun in Malay we also call it as trend. Trend dalam bahasa Melayu pun nama dia trend, TREN. Okay, so this for example, okay, semua ada menunjukkan trend. Okay, trend accident di jalan raya, trend kematian bayi. Okay, semua ni adalah trend. Okay, the next one is the seasonal variation. Okay, seasonal variation involve the pattern of change which are repeated from year to year. Okay, dia berapa dia repeat setiap tahun dia repeat pattern yang sama itu maksud seasonal variation. Okay, usually the pattern from year to year is same, is repeated because kita boleh katakan sebab contohnya lah sebab weather, okay, or because of holidays. Okay, so for seasonal variation, we can look at the graph here. Okay, the pattern is almost same every year. Okay, this is pattern for 2007, 2008 and 2009. So in 2007 dia akan naik dekat Q2, quarter 2. 2008 pun sama, dia naik dekat quarter 2, dia naik. Sorry. Okay, 2009 also dia akan naik dekat quarter 2. Okay, so ini namanya seasonal variation. Bermusim lah kiranya, variation bermusim. Okay, these are the example of seasonal variation. The first one is the sales of drink. Okay, the sales of drink will fluctuate. Okay, dia akan tiba-tiba mencanak naik in the direct proportional to the temperature. So we can say that if the temperature is high, so the sales of drink will be also high. Okay, so maksudnya every summer, okay, musim panas, summer, kalau dekat dalam dekat negara lain ada 4 musim, so summer dia ada memang setiap tahun bulan yang sama lah, summer. So each summer the sales of drink will increase. Okay, so nanti kita boleh nampak dia punya graph will fluctuate each of the summer, okay, every year. So the movement to repeats the pattern lah, okay. Second one is the sales of ski equipment, okay, are the greatest during the fall and winter month. So during the fall and during the winter, the sale of ski will the greatest, okay, yang paling tinggi. So nanti bulan yang ada fall dengan bulan yang ada winter, graph of the number of ski equipment sold will be the highest. Okay. Number 3, increase of the umbrella sales. Okay, penjualan payung, okay, will increase during the raining season. Bukan season. Raining season. And number 4, increasing number of people in KLIA during Hajj season. Okay, so during seasons ni dia akan repeat the same pattern every year. So that's the example of seasonal variation. Okay, next is the cyclical component. Okay, notation dia adalah capital C for cyclical component. Okay, cyclical component ni lebih kurang macam seasonal fluctuation tadi, where the movement repeats. Okay, the movement repeats its pattern dia repeat over a period of time. Tapi what's the difference between cyclical and seasonal tadi? Kalau seasonal variation, dia akan repeat the pattern from year to year. Setiap tahun pattern dia repeat. Tapi untuk cyclical component, the pattern repeats at a longer time frame. Okay, the longer time frame, more than a year. Okay, and not at the fixed interval. So the cyclical fluctuation can be seen in a time series that collected at a long time frame. Okay, maksudnya bukan setiap tahun lah dia punya time frame dia lagi panjang daripada setahun. Okay, cyclical fluctuation is usually caused by economic situation. Okay, change in government policy. Okay, kalau yang tadi seasonal variation biasanya dia akan berubah disebabkan season lah, sama ada summer, winter ataupun musim haji, musim hujan. Okay, tapi cyclical component always caused by economic situation, keadaan ekonomi ni kita tak tahu kan bila masa dia akan turun, bila masa dia naik. Okay, tapi bukanlah setiap tahun pattern yang sama. Okay, and change in government policy, government policy berubah, so dia akan berubahlah dia punya graph. Okay, example, the change in interest rate, the change usually caused by the change of policies company. Okay, the change in customer taste and purchasing behavior. Okay, these are the example of cyclical variation tadi. Okay, tambahan lagi. The first one is the business cycle. Okay, business lah, tentang business with their stage. Okay, dalam business ada banyak cycle lah. Ada prosperity, ada depression, recession and recovery. Okay, and increasing rate of retrenchment, okay, among factory workers due to economic recession. Okay, based on the change of company's policy, etc. And number 3, ups and down of cycle connected to variation in the level of investment, production, consumption and government spending. Okay, so contohnya macam ni lah. Okay, dekat dalam satu company tahun 1988, dia punya business naik. Okay, dia ada prosperity kat sini. Tapi dia tiba-tiba turun. Dia jadi depression lah. Okay, depression ni over year beberapa tahun. Lepas tu lepas depression dia ada stage of recovery and then recession. Okay, and then dia ada macam ni. So ini adalah contoh graph yang cyclical variation. Okay, number 4 is the irregular fluctuation. Okay, capital I. Okay, irregular fluctuation or irregular variation, okay, it describes the movement of a variable which is completely unpredictable. Okay, kita tak jangka langsung. Okay, itu namanya irregular variation ataupun irregular fluctuation. Okay, dia akan berlaku bila-bila masa saja tanpa apa-apa sign lah, apa-apa warning langsung. Okay, the most common phenomena that may create this fluctuation is the natural disaster, okay, such as flood or drought that decrease a country agriculture revenue or a drastic decrease in the stock price due to the war. Okay, so example macam ni lah, economy rate during tsunami, earthquake. Okay, when tsunami hit Aceh in 2004, the occupancy rate in the most of the hotel near the beach was affected. Okay, or another example is the sales of airline ticket, okay, was affected due to MH370 and MH17 cases. Okay, so ini adalah semua unpredictable movement. So kalau dalam graph you all boleh nampak dia turun macam ni. Okay, this is the irregular fluctuation ataupun irregular variation. Okay, so kita boleh nampak kalau kat sini irregular fluctuation, dia akan tiba-tiba naik, tiba-tiba turun. Okay, ini adalah cyclical. Okay, trend biasa macam ni je, trend. Seasonal, dia ikut tahun. Okay, dia punya trend dia ikut tahun. Sorry, bukan dia punya trend, dia punya pattern. Okay, pattern dia setiap tahun. Okay, this is the time series model. Model of the time series. Okay, so ada dua model, iaitu yang first one is the additive model and second one is multiplicative model. Okay, in additive model, okay, equation dia y equals t plus c plus s plus I. Okay, the model is y equal t is the trend plus c is the cyclical variation plus s seasonal variation and plus I irregular variation tadi. Tapi model ni will not be discussed in this chapter. Tak ada dalam syllabus kita lah. Okay, multiplicative model y equals t. Okay, darab pula darab. Beza dia adalah tambah tolak darab. So t times c times s times I. Okay, based on the previous multiplicative model tadi, T times darab C darab S darab I. Okay, Y is the actual value, T is the trend, okay, trend, C cyclical, S seasonal, I regular fluctuation tadi, okay. Okay, how to find this model? Okay, dalam model ni kita kena cari T, C, S, I ni semualah, okay. So, first step is calculate T, okay. To calculate T nanti kita akan, saya akan tunjukkan macam mana. And then, when you found the value of T, and then step 2, calculate the combination of the other three components, okay, which is C, S, and I. Okay, C, S, I is the variation value. Okay, macam mana? Okay, tadi this is the multiplicative model. Okay, this model is appropriate if seasonal fluctuation increase or decrease proportionally with increase and decrease in the level of the series. Okay, so as I mentioned before, step 1 is to calculate the value of T. So how to find the T? We can find the T. What is T? T is the trend value. Okay, we can estimate the trend value by using moving average method. Okay, moving average method kita akan belajar dalam slide yang seterusnya. Okay, what is the purpose? To estimate the seasonal index before forecast actual data. Okay, this is the moving average method that I mentioned before. Okay, we use moving average method to find our T. Okay, nak cari T ni. Okay, the moving average method is used when the data are such as the period is an odd number of terms. Okay, for example, shops which are open 5 days a week. Okay, so the terms dia ada odd number 5. Okay, or example, another example, the workers working on 3 shift a day. So 3 is the odd number. So as the mentioned method, yang moving average method ni adalah satu-satunya method yang kita belajar dalam syllabus lah. Actually, there are a lot of others method to find the trend, okay, such as from histogram ataupun using centered moving average or using semi average. Tapi semua tu tak ada dalam syllabus lah. Yang kita belajar hanyalah moving average method. Okay, as I mentioned before, the purpose of studying this method is to predict the future based on the past after minimizing the variation involved. Okay, to find the trend analysis, nak cari T. Okay, look at example here. This is the example for 2 period moving average and the other one is for 3 period moving average. Okay, for 2 period moving average, so kita hanya ambil 2 items here. 2 items, 1 and 2. Another 2 item, 3 and 4. Okay. Sorry. Bukan. 2 period moving average, kita ambil 2 items which is 1 and 2. And then 2 and 3. And then 3 and 4. Okay, kita ambil yang ni. 2 items. And then these 2 items, data dia adalah 198 and 250. So we need to add these 2 and then divide by 2. Okay, 198 tambah 250 bahagi dengan 2. So moving average dia adalah 224. Okay, ini adalah moving average for quarter 1 and quarter 2. Okay, and then we take quarter 2 and quarter 3. Okay, then quarter 2 and quarter 3, which is 250 plus 340 divide by 2. So the answer is 295. Okay, and then kita ambil 3 and 4, quarter 3 and quarter 4. Kita kena ambil dua-dua sebab namanya 2 period moving average. Okay, so when we take 3 and 4, so the data is 340 plus 400 divide by 2, which is, the answer is 370. Okay, that's how we conduct the 2 period moving average. Meanwhile, for 3 period moving average, we need to choose 3 items. Okay, the first one is quarter 1 to 3. 1 to 3, which the data is 198 plus 250 plus 340 divide by 3. Okay, so the answer is 262.67. Okay, and then tadi kita ambil 1, 2, 3. Then kita ambil 2, 3, 4 pula. Okay, mesti ambil 3 items sebab nama dia 3 period moving average. So next kita ambil 2, 3, 4. So the data is 250 plus 340 plus 400 divide by 3. So the answer is 330.00. Okay, so that's how we conduct the 2 period moving average and 3 period moving average. Based on question lah, dalam soalan tu dia akan bagi tahu kita punya moving average berapa period. Okay, so kita tengok this example. Okay, sorry, kita tengok yang slide yang ni dulu Okay, so this is how we forecast the trend. Okay, forecast tu maksudnya kita nak ramalkan, okay, meramalkan trend yang akan datang. Okay, kita belum ada data lagi, kita nak meramalkan apa yang terjadi akan datang. Okay, so in order to forecast the trend values, we can use this formula. So first, finding increment. Okay, increment, the formula is last trend value minus first trend value divide by number of trend values minus 1. Okay, and then we apply the technique in forecasting, which is the formula is trend equals to last trend value plus increment times n. Okay, so macam mana kita nak apply benda ni untuk soalan ni? Okay, ada example 2 and example 3 kat dalam ni. Okay. Okay, question A, you need to plot the time series data. So, macam mana nak plot? You all buat, graph. Okay, and then year 2008 dekat sini, 2008, sekejap. 2008. Lepas tu ada quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. And then 2009, quarter 1, quarter 3, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. And then number of glove dekat sini, dekat y-axis. So you all plot lah. Okay, dekat quarter 1, number of glove 47 contohnya. Dekat sini 43. And then 25, 37, 64. Okay, you all lukis graph. Okay, itu untuk question A. Okay, yang saya nak tunjuk adalah question B. Okay, find the trend value. Okay, we want to find what is our T. Okay, using the moving average method. Okay, so untuk yang ni kita tengok data dia adalah 4 quarter. Okay, 4 quarter, so kita buat MA4 kat sini. Okay, moving average dia adalah Okay, yang tadi, yang ni adalah moving average dia 2. Ni moving average 3. Tapi yang ni kita buat moving average 4. So, our MA4 lah kat sini. Okay. So, to calculate the 4 quarter moving average, okay, 4 quarter moving average, we should follow the steps that I've explained before. So we need to sum up the first 4 values and then divide by 4. So these are the first 4 values. Okay, 47, 43, 25 and 37. So kita sum up 4 ni and then bahagi dengan 3. Okay, average. Okay, 47 tambah 43 tambah 25 tambah 37 and then bahagi dengan 4. So jawapan dia kita letak tengah-tengah lah. Okay, kat sini antara yang ni jawapan dia kita letak tengah-tengah, iaitu 38. Okay, so ataupun kita tulis macam ni lah. Sekejap sorry 47 plus 43 plus 25 plus 37 divide by 4. So the answer is 38. Okay, and then kita ambil lagi 4 dekat sini, yang ni pula. Okay, these 4 quarters. So 43 plus 25 plus 37 plus 64 divide by 4. So nak tulis kat mana? Antara 4 ni tengah-tengah dia adalah di sini. Okay, 43 plus 25 plus 37 plus 64 divide by 4. So the answer is 42.25. Okay, and then kita ambil yang ni pula. 25 plus 37 plus 64 plus 31 divide by 4. 39.25. Okay, and then kita ambil yang ni pula. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So 37 plus 64 plus 31 plus 29 divide by 4. 40 plus 25. And then finally these 4 sets. So 64 plus 31 plus 29 plus 34 divide by 4. 39.5. Okay, this is our MA4, okay? Okay, then to find the trend, okay? To find the trend, we need to find the average of the first 2 values in this column. Okay, in this column, we need to find the average for 2 values. Okay, so the first 2 values is 38 and 42.25. So kita cari average dia. So 38 tambah dengan 42.25 bahagi dengan 2. So the answer is, kita tulis jawapan dia tengah-tengah lah, tengah-tengah antara 2 ni. So 40.125. Okay, and then kita cari average ni pula, 2 ni. So 42.25 plus 39.25 and then divide by 2. Okay, the answer is 40.75. So we write it at the middle of these 2. Okay, middle one is ada kat sini lah, 40.75. And then ini pula, between these 2, 39.25 plus with 40.25 divide by 2. So the answer is 39.75. And the last 2 pairs is 40.25 plus 39.5 divide by 2. So the answer is 39.875. So you can look at here, this is the trend value. Okay, yang trend value ni kita hanya ada value for, kita start dekat sini ada. So this is the value for the third quarter of 2008. Okay, so trend untuk first quarter and second quarter 2008 kita tak ada. Okay, dan trend value for quarter 3 and quarter 4 for 2009 pun kita tak ada. Kita hanya ada trend yang ni saja. This is the trend for quarter 3 2008, quarter 4 2008, quarter 1 2009, quarter 2 2009. Okay, sorry, tapi untuk soalan B dia kata find the trend values correct to 2 decimal places. So kita hanya tulis kat sini 40.13. Ini dah betul. Yang ni dah betul. Okay, yang ni 39.88. Okay, kita ambil 2 decimal places. So that's how we answer question B. Okay, untuk cari trend value. And then to answer question C, okay, kita nak fokus, kita nak ramalkan trend value untuk first 2 quarters of 2010. Nah, dekat sini tak ada 2010. So kita nak ramalkan apa yang terjadi dekat 2010 dekat first 2 quarters, quarter 1 dengan quarter 2 of 2010. Okay, so we need to use a formula in the slide before, slide yang sebelum ni yang saya tulis formula dia, first kita kena cari increment, which is last trend value minus first trend value Allah. Sekejap Okay, sorry yang tadi dah terpadam, so saya tulis balik and all the values for moving average for. Okay, ini adalah yang kat fourth column, and then our trend is at the fifth column. Okay, so cara nak kira macam yang tadi lah. Okay, so first we need to find the increment. Okay, so based on the previous slide, the formula for increment is last trend value minus first trend value divide by number of trend value minus 1. So based on this data, our last trend value is here, which is 39.88, and this is our first trend value. So 39.88 minus 40.13 divide by number of trend value. Okay, we need to calculate ni lah. Okay, ada 1, 2, 3, 4. So number of trend value 4. Tolak dengan 1. Okay, so our increment is 39.88. Okay, 39.88 minus 40.13 divide by 4 minus 1, which is 3. So the answer is negative 0.0833. So kalau negatif, increment negatif, maksudnya number dia decrease lah the trend is decrease. If we get positive value here, it means that our trend is increase per quarter. So dekat sini, our trend is decrease per quarter. So dekat sini, kita boleh beritahu trend decrease per quarter. Okay, and then kita nak forecast. Okay, nak forecast pula. So formula for forecast the trend, okay, based on the previous slide juga. Okay, formula dia forecast trend is last trend value plus increment times n. Okay, so based on the data we get, our last trend value is right here, which is 39.88 plus with the increment is here. Okay, negative 0.0833 times n. Okay, n ni apa? Okay, n ni bergantung pada kita nak forecast yang mana. Okay, first kali dia nak forecast the first 2 quarters. So maksudnya kita nak tahu Q2 untuk tahun 2010. Okay, 2010 adalah selepas 2009 lah kan. Okay, 2010 kita ada first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. So dia nak first 2 quarter, so maksudnya Q2 lah. So since Q2 for 2010 is 1, 2, 3, 4 is 4 quarters away from the last trend value. Okay, last trend value kita dapat dekat sini, which is for Q2 untuk 2009. So kita tengok daripada sini last value kita. Okay, last trend value nak sampai ke Q2 2010 ada berapa quarter away? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there are 4 quarters away. So our n is 4. So calculate this. So the answer is 39.55. Okay, so we can forecast what happened in the value of trend for quarter 2 2010. Okay, so kita forecast tadi apa maksudnya? Ramalkan. Kita ramalkan apa yang terjadi dekat dalam 2010 quarter 2, trend value dia akan menjadi 39.55. Okay, so that's how we forecast the trend value. Okay, tadi dia kata dia nak first 2 quarter. So kita dah cari Q2, kena cari Q1 jugalah. Okay, sebab dia nak first 2 quarter. So Q2 and Q1. Okay, so for the Q1 is right here kat sini. So formula dia sama. The last trend value which is 39.88 plus the increment times, okay, our end is different because Q2 is here. So our trend value is at Q2 of 2009. So kita kira daripada Q2 2009 until Q1 2010, dia ada berapa quarter? Okay, 1, 2, 3. So the end dia akan jadi 3. Okay, to calculate the forecast trend value for Q1 of 2010. Okay, next we look at the other example. Okay, this time kita ada date, okay, dan time dia morning, afternoon, evening, morning, afternoon, evening, morning, afternoon, evening. So kita buat MA3 lah. Okay, 3-point moving average. Okay, 3-point moving average. So the first 3 data is right here. So 50 plus 72 plus 35. Okay, and then divide by 3. So you'll get kita tulis jawapan dia dekat tengah-tengah antara 3 ni iaitu di sini 52.33. Okay, kita ambil 2 decimal places. And then kita ambil these 3 data pula. 72 plus 35 plus 53 divide by 3. And then kat sini kita akan dapat 53.33. So kita buatlah seterusnya sampailah last kali. So this one 52.67. Here for 45. $52.67. $52. $50.33. $51. $53.67. And finally 54.67. Okay, so that's our 3-point moving average. And then we calculate for the trend. Okay, so the trend trend dekat sini kita kena tulis tengah-tengah antara dua ni So tengah-tengah dekat sini, dekat atas line. So 52.67. 83. Okay, sorry. Untuk yang ni, the trend value is the 3-point moving average itself. Okay, disebabkan tadi kalau kita kira antara 52.33 dengan 53.33, kita cari average. Average dia terletak di tengah-tengah ni. Which is tengah-tengah ni, dia tak ada, kalau you all tengok, data dia tak ada. Dia antara afternoon and evening, tengah-tengah. So, that's not a trend. Okay, so dekat sini kita boleh kenal pasti when we perform 3-point moving average, we has received the trend values as well. Okay, so ini adalah trend value juga. Sebab jawapan dia kita dah dapat dekat sini. Ini adalah trend value untuk afternoon. Ini adalah trend value untuk evening of 17 May. Okay, ini adalah trend value untuk morning 18 May. Okay, different from the previous example tadi. Sekejap saya patah balik. Okay, previous example tadi, baru kalau kita perform MA4 kat sini, kita ambil 4. So, nilai average of this 4 will be written here kan, dekat sini. Jawapan dekat sini. So, jawapan dekat sini, ini belum ada apa-apa quarter dekat sini, tak ada. So, sebab itulah kita kena tambah lagi satu kolom untuk trend. Okay. So, tadi kita ambil moving average of 4 point, kita jawapan dekat sini. And then, the next 4 sets, jawapan dia dekat sini. Okay. And then next 4 sets 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, jawapan dia dekat tengah-tengah sini. So slot dekat tengah-tengah ni dia tak ada quarter. Okay, ni tak ada quarter pun. So sebab tu kita kena perform another column, tambah lagi satu column, which is kita kira lagi average between these two. And then average dia kita kena tulis dekat tengah-tengah antara dua ni lah kan. So tengah-tengah dia adalah di sini. And then between these two data, tengah-tengah dia dekat sini. So, barulah nilai ni berjumpa quarter dia. So, maksudnya ini adalah trend value untuk quarter 3. Ini adalah trend value untuk quarter 4. Okay, sebab apa kita kena tambah lagi satu kolom? Sebab bila kita perform MA4, kita belum jumpa dia punya quarter. Okay, dia punya data kat sini. Tapi untuk question example 3 tadi, okay, example 3 tadi, sekejap saya tulis balik data dia. Okay, so kita boleh nampak bila kita perform 3-point moving average dekat sini, jawapan dia terus berada di bukan quarter dekat sini, time afternoon. So this is the trend value as well. Okay, trend T dekat sini. So this is the trend value for afternoon 17 May and so on lah. Okay, so kita dah jawab B. Kita dah cari trend value. So trend value dia di sini. Okay, and then to forecast the trend value for 21 May 2010. Okay, so kita kena tambah lagi satu kat sini, 21 May 2010. Dia suruh cari untuk morning, afternoon and evening. Okay, so kita nak cari dekat sini berapa trend dia, kat sini berapa, kat sini berapa. Okay, so kita kena cari increment dululah guna formula yang tadi. Which is increment dia equal to last trend value. Our last trend value is 54.67 minus our first trend value divide by n minus 1. Okay, number of trend value kita ada berapa? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 minus 1. So the answer is 0.26. Okay, so to forecast trend for more, kita nak forecast trend pula. Okay, untuk morning 21 Mei. So guna formula yang tadi, our last trend value. Okay, last trend value plus increment, which is 0.26 times our N. Okay, N tu kita kena tengok. Ini kita punya last trend. Last trend value adalah di sini, afternoon of 20 Mei. Kita nak cari untuk morning of 21 Mei. So, dia punya N ada berapa? 1, 2. Okay, N dia 2. Untuk afternoon 21 Mei. Okay, N dia lah akan lain So N dia akan jadi 3 lah. 1, 2, 3. For evening 21 Mei, akan darab 4 lah. Okay, so kita kira satu persatu. So our trend value for morning 21 May is 55.2, and then for afternoon 21 May is 55.46, and for evening 21 May is 55.72. Okay. Okay, so itulah dua contoh yang saya tunjukkan untuk cari trend values and also to forecast, okay, the trend value for the future. Okay, so itu saja syllabus untuk minggu ni. Untuk minggu depan kita akan sambung lagi on how to measure the seasonal variation, nak cari S, okay, seasonal variation, and to forecasting using multiplicative model. Okay, so this is the end of this video. For any clarification or question, please contact me. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.